my name is Tim. I'm from Group 1, and our topic is culture shock. And the things that I want to discuss today is the honeymoon, adjustment, acceptance, and then I'll end it with a word of encouragement. So Utah just went over this. This is the stages of cultural shock. And then the question is, after the honeymoon is over, how do we get over the culture shock? So I remember the first time when I came to Taiwan many years ago. It was a honeymoon for me because I went from the Taipei airport all the way down to Kaohsiung in a car. And then as we were driving the hours, it's like, oh, like I see the farm, right? It reminds me of China. And then when we come to Kaohsiung, I saw the buildings, I saw the Chinese, I was like, oh, this is like China. And then I saw 7-Eleven, all these good stuff. So I was like really happy. And then my future father-in-law, he lives in a 5-store old building, like 5 floors, no elevator. But I was so happy, like no problem. So I took my 30-pound luggage bag, right? I climbed all the way up, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I go up all the stairs, and I still have energy because I was so happy. And then my wife was like, honey, don't worry, I'll take care of your bag too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up. Because I was so full of energy, I enjoyed it so much. And then what happened was, every couple of years I came back to Taiwan, right? After the 3rd time, and the 4th time, I was like, yo, to Taiwan. So this time I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So honey, I'll wait for you up here. You come up slowly. I don't want my help anymore, right? Because the honeymoon is over. Eventually. So how do you get over the culture shock? So there's an article that talks about let's engage into cultural awareness and training. So before a business sends out an employee to another country, they go through training because they have to let them know the culture that they're going to, the differences, and how to communicate. So I think that's very important. What happened was one time I had to lead a project. So our project, the client is in Hong Kong, but my team, they're all in England and they're all Chinese. So I had to educate them on the client. I had to educate them on the culture of my company and what we expect them to do. So the problem is some of my employees, I don't know if they ever worked before. They were so sloppy, and I had to get them fired because I had to tell my supervisor, hey, so-and-so, this guy's no good, we have to let him go. But the employees that listened to the training, that accepted it, they performed so well, I had to tell my supervisor, this guy's good, we need him. Let's promote him. Let's put him to quality assurance. Let's put him to this group. Let's have more help. Let's have a bigger team. So I trained them into cultural awareness and training. Some failed, but some performed really well. So that is the benefit of going through this kind of training. And I think for international students, before you go to another country, you should do research. How is this country like? Should I study the language? What kind of food do they like? What do they believe in? How do they dress? So that way you reduce your cultural shock. And the other thing that we discussed and we looked at was the 3 steps to cultural comfort. This is going to video and just look at it very shortly. It has 3 concepts. One is wondering while wondering, embracing the space, and then he does reflection. Let me turn this on.
French example. Être une flâneur. Flânerie, first of all. Follow the French example. Être une flâneur. Flânerie. It means wandering while wondering. Step 2. Embrace the space around us. And do everyday things. And finally, reflection. We use this as a tool to wrap it all together and create understanding.
Okay, so he outlines his 3 steps on how to get over your cultural shock. So how am I slowly accepting Taiwan, right? I'm trying my best to enjoy Taiwan. I go to different parts of Taiwan. I go to Tainan, I go to Taichung. I went to Jiayi, I went up Alishan. I'm starting to learn how to order drinks by my own because my wife don't want to order for me anymore. So I'm learning that. I got my motor scooter license. It took me 2 times, but I passed it. But now I can drive. I can go to places on my own. I'm slowly, accepting it. Okay. And then recently, I started coming to this university. And then when I, ESO University, and I looked up the mountain, I'm like, oh my God, what is this? It's like my father-in-law. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every day it's so tiring. Okay, so there's another change. There's another acceptance I have to go through. So the book says culture shock depends on how you think about your situation, right? How you think is very important, and then how your heart reacts, to your new surroundings. Okay, so the question that we ask ourselves is, how are we going to get through this? How are we going to get through this? So one time when I was walking in Kaohsiung, I saw this actually in a school, and I think it was very encouraging because it says, keep on going, right? So whenever you have a problem, the way to solve the problem is like, just keep going, and just keep going, just keep going, and then you just keep going, and then eventually what happens? You get through it. Okay, it's not easy, but you just have to keep on going. And then the other thing that I suggest is you have a bottom line, right? If, for example, I don't like Taiwan, let's say 2 years from now, me and my wife says, oh, I'm miserable, I'm not happy. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back. So not everything is black and white. You don't have to see things black and white. You can say, okay, I'm going to give this a try. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, you can always think of other stuff. So how you mind things is very important. You have to live a balanced life, okay? Don't see things happy, sad, black, white. Just be balanced in your life. So let's enjoy Taiwan, right? And thank you for your time.